My name is Geraldine. I work for London Gypsies and Travellers. I'm the Skills Development Coordinator there, and I also oversee the Phoenix Arise programme, which is a domestic violence abuse programme, which is tailor-made for Gypsy and Traveller women and men.
My name is Nina, and I am an Irish traveller, and I also work at LGT, and I first-hand experience from the traveller community.
So the aims of the Phoenix Arise programme is based on awareness, resilience, independence, support and empowerment, hence the reason for it, calling Phoenix Arise. It's a 2-hour session, which is run once a week at London Gypsies and Travellers office, and some of the things that we base our programme on is the types of abuse, myths around domestic abuse. We look at the gender roles of the Gypsy and Traveller community, the effects that domestic violence has on the children, and also understanding the role of social services. I was a survivor of domestic violence, so I'd been through an abusive relationship and came out the other end, I'm pleased to say. This isn't unique to the Gypsy and Traveller community. Domestic violence is everywhere, and I'm just really passionate about it. And I wanted to do something within the community because throughout my work, I have spoken with women who have been involved with these social services or have kind of been survivors of domestic violence and needed some kind of support, but to go to external services, they didn't feel comfortable.
I wanted to do it because at the end of the day, I was in a relationship. He was a very controlling person, and I was kind of blind to the situation. Well, you made me feel very welcome, and you welcomed me in, and you spoke to me clearly that I could understand, explain the situation about control and domestic abuse. Let me see clearly that it is wrong and reflect on what I was going through.
I basically entered housing at 19. I found out about the Phoenix Project, and it taught me to think in a lot of different ways about everything that I've been through, and everything that I've been through, it matches up with what I was hearing about in the Phoenix Project. It's like it's broken down into categories for me because I probably just ignore it in the past. I wouldn't go deep into it or find out the reasoning of the things that I was going through. And it really broke it down for me and explained it to me.
A lot of women within the Gypsy and Traveller community don't like to speak out about domestic abuse or violence. It's something that people like to keep private. So I'm just wondering, what are the stigmas and fears around DV, and why are traveller women afraid to speak out?
The biggest one is shame. A lot of women will hide that there's domestic violence in their relationship, and they cover marks up with abuse. They don't want to be seen as the woman that's being battered. They have this perfect life and everything is perfect in the home, but they're the one. They will not have shame put on them, and they will not have shame put on the man. So a lot of women will cover it up and put up with it. That's what you see.
To make their lives seem better and their family seem better, they don't tell them their husbands. They just live the life behind closed doors, and then it's like, oh, I've been taught this way, I'm going to get over it and forget about it because I don't want anyone to be talking about me.
How are they treated, or how are they viewed if they was to speak out?
She should keep her mouth shut. She should put up with it. She drew it upon herself as a lot of them, if it's through drink or can be through jealousy, drugs, whatever. So a lot of the women will just put up with it for the shame, for just the fair fact of have not been shamed and talked and gossip about.
Another thing that I've kind of seen throughout the programme is the effects on women's mental health.
Yeah.
Who are going through, I know myself, when I was going through it, I suppose at the time I didn't connect it to mental health, but I remember feeling guilty. I remember feeling it was my fault. you know, and worried about, am I doing the right thing? Or if I say the right thing, what's going to happen? And basically that was affecting my mental health, the way I was able to kind of continue day to day.
Well, you're in a violent situation. It's going to have a big part in your mental health. It's always going to bring you down. You're always going to be at a low stage, and the worry is always there in a woman, you know, in a woman or a man, whichever one of them is the battered partner. The worry is always there. You're not going to function right. You're not going to function at home right. You're not going to function around children right. You're always worrying, you know, you're doing the right thing. You're walking on eggshells, as we'd say. So the mental health and anxiety is going to go right through the roof if you're living in a vulnerable situation like that. So the two of them comes, you know, the two of them like plays off on one another.
Yeah, I do feel very down. I just sometimes go into a maze and think, why do I have to go through this? Why me? It's always the W's, why me? And why did this have to happen to me? And where is my life going to go from here?
It did affect me, to be honest with you. I was affected by it because I don't like to be controlled. I like to make my own decisions and stuff like that, and being controlled for a while did have a big impact on me, to be honest with you, with my anxiety and that, you know. And I'm just so thankful and so happy that I've done that programme, reflecting back on it. I would never put myself in a situation like that ever again.
Through the Phoenix Arise programme, the feedback is that they feel comfortable because the people who are attending the course are also people who have gone through domestic violence. They're able to share their thoughts with each other. They're able to kind of, you know, get peer support.
Don't be silent and don't be scared, because there are people out there, if you really want to keep it privately, that will help you. But it does help. You don't have to tell your life story, but it does help when you go through things like the Phoenix Arise, that you can sit down and talk with other travellers. And there's people there that you're going to trust with your life that aren't going to go behind your back and talk about you.
There's help out there, you know, and it really, really helps people to reflect on abuse they're suffering. That's what I'd like to get out there. Let them know there's people out there who are concerned about traveller women who are going through domestic abuse.
And it's all confidential, so please feel free to contact us. Don't suffer alone. Don't suffer in silence.